Plaintiff, Jasmine Robinson, allowed the defendant and her children to move in with her. But the defendant turned out to be an alcoholic who brought stolen merchandise into their home. Jasmine suing because she claims the defendant stole her car and wrecked it. Defendant Ariel Montgomery says while living together, Jasmine was working as a prostitute, and she would leave her baby at home in the middle of the night to meet clients. Ariel's countersuing for an illegal eviction.
Start with you.
Okay, I've been knowing Ariel for like 3 years. I welcomed her into my apartment because
When?
Back in April 2018.
Okay.
Because her family neglected her. I let her in her kids in my house.
How many?
2.
Do you have any children?
Yes.
How many?
1.
Okay.
Basically, Ariel is a user. She's an alcoholic. She was like, she'll leave her kids off on me, sneak out the house, and go do whatever she do best. I guess she be stealing because one day I walked in my house.
Yes, she be stealing because what?
One day I walked in my apartment and I found sensors in my garbage. I asked her nicely.
Found what in you?
Sensors that's on the clothes.
Okay.
Yes.
Yeah.
I asked her not to bring it into my apartment due to the fact I can get in trouble for that.
What'd she say?
She told me like she was buying her stuff. She don't know that I was reading her text messages. And basically like Ariel just a user.
But you knew it for 3 years before moving her in.
I was like a mentor in her life due to the fact her family neglected her.
You taught her wrong. You taught her how to steal?
No, I did not. She was doing that before.
You taught her how to be trifling?
She was doing that before.
You taught her to go to the club and leave the kids with you?
No, Your Honor. She was doing that before she came to me. That's the reason why.
You was helping to straighten her out?
Yes.
All right, and this is part of the tough love today.
Yes, exactly.
Let me hear from you.
First off, how could Jasmine say she's my mentor and she's leading by example? A mentor lead by example. You can't lead by example if you're a prostitute. If you leaving your baby at 2 o'clock in the morning, coming in the house at 5, 6 o'clock in the morning.
What proof do you have?
Because you wear skimpy clothes. You say you have a job. You don't go home. You don't go to work through the day. You leave at 2 o'clock in the morning. Remind you, Your Honor, I'm staying with her, which means I'm sleeping.
No, let's stop right there. All these things she's doing. She's this. She's that. She's the other.
But remind you, Your Honor, I got to stay with her because I can't have my own place.
Exactly, Your Honor.
She can be all of that.
Exactly, Your Honor.
But she takes care of herself and her baby herself. She can be everything you just mentioned.
Exactly, Your Honor.
But she's taking care of herself. What about you?
As well as she keep my kids, I keep her kids too. When she prostitutes,
you live under
who have her
roof.
baby?
Why don't you have your own roof for you and your children?
Exactly, Your Honor.
Yeah, grin that off. Now, what you suing her for?
The Kelly book value.
What happened?
She stole my car and totaled it.
She didn't have her own car either?
No. And this is how I was getting her.
Sounds like she need to do some of what you doing.
This is how I was getting her kids.
I don't know what it is. You're doing something right. I don't believe you're doing all that nonsense. I'm just kidding.
No, I'm not. I don't even look like that type of person.
And I'm glad you didn't even try to.
My mother didn't raise me.
You didn't
like
dignify
that.
it, so I can tell you didn't even try to address that because it's nonsense. Whew.
On top
what
of that,
did she say happened? She took it without your permission?
Yeah, she stole it while I was in the house sleep, left her kids there with me. I woke up and looked through Snapchat, basically. I come across a video of her. Remind you, if you still in my car, at least delete me off Snapchat so I won't get up and see what's going on. I get up, she the first person pop up in my timeline. I click on a video. I click next. I know this is my interior. So I call her like, I'm trying to call her, get in touch with her. She steady sending me to the voicemail. I'm constantly calling her. She finally answered. I'm like, bring me my car before I report it stolen. She snuck in the house without me knowing. I woke up the next morning to take my daughter to the grocery store to get groceries because no one else buys them. I goes out the door, my car is totaled, wrecked. I come back in screaming and hollering, crying, asking her what happened. She tells me she don't know. I'm like, are you serious? You don't know. She finally came. I asked her, could she pack her stuff and leave, her and her kids. She left, left, and it was that.
Okay, ma'am, you tell me your side.
Okay, Your Honor, I have driven Jasmine car several times, numerous occasions.
That's beautiful.
And
with my permission.
We talking about this one, though.
Yes, I did. Yes, I did take Jasmine car
without permission.
Yes.
Oh, okay.
And I wasn't at fault for the accident. It was a hit and run. Somebody did hit me.
Right.
I feel like Jasmine shouldn't be suing me for the accident because I wasn't at fault. She should be trying to figure out who is the person that hit her car.
How can I find that out and I'm at home asleep?
That's right. I'm with you.
How can I find that out?
Be quiet. I feel the same way she does. Unfortunately, that's not how the law feels. The law feels when you took her car without permission, every single thing that went wrong from there, you were liable for. If she had given you permission, then perhaps not.
Exactly.
She did not. You took her car illegally.
Yes.
Therefore, anything a person does illegally, whatever happens as a consequence of their illegal act, they're responsible for it. And that is the case here. What is your counterclaim for $1,000? How does she owe you?
Because she evicted me and my kids, and it's just like she said, she so-called as a mentor.
How could you evict you?
How could you just put me and my kids out, and you so-called, oh, you a mentor, and you helping me out, and you know we don't have nowhere to go.
You went to a homeless shelter? Or?
Right now, we just house to house, basically.
Okay, so you do have a house they live in.
Yeah, whoever, letting us stay there.
Right, just like she was whoever.
She knows she wasn't whoever, because as she just stated, she was my mentor. Or
these other people are strangers?
No, they're not.
Any relatives?
These people that I know.
Any relatives?
These people that I know.
I'm asking you a question. Do you have any relatives?
No.
You're by yourself in life. You have no relatives.
Yes.
I'm concerned about the safety of your children. Trying to find out whether you were homeless, whether you needed some help. I'm trying to find how I could possibly direct you, because that's what we do. And all you're doing is grinning and talking. No, I don't have any relatives. We got to go from house to house. We need to get those kids checked on. In the meantime, you created a hostile environment. It's called a constructive eviction, meaning you could no longer coexist in her place. And it was because of your action that you could not coexist. So you, essentially, it's called constructive eviction, but what it means is you evicted yourself. Because you could no longer stay in the same household with someone whose car you have stolen, totaled, indignant about it, and think it's somebody, and think you had nothing to do with it. Yeah, you'd have to go out of my house too.
Exactly, Your Honor.
Your claim is dismissed for illegal eviction, and yours is granted because she did total your car. Yeah. She believes just because someone else did it that she shouldn't be on the hook. And in fact, time she took that car without your permission, she was on the hook for whatever happened thereafter. Right. Good luck to you. Have a good day.
I still love you.
Your claim is dismissed.
We can be back friends. You know, she can never just come back in my house.
No, I don't want to talk to her no more.
It's just fine. That's fine. That's fine.
I don't want to talk to her.
That's fine, because you inconsiderate and you mad because you wrecked my car.
I just feel like if people...
You mad because you wrecked my car, Ariel? Are you serious?
Okay, Jason.
I still love you and those kids until the end of time.
No, you don't. No, you don't. Because if you did, you would never just put us out like
because look what you did, Ariel.